met this pastor. He invites me to a church. Little did I know this was a demonic church. He gave me a prophecy that God wants me to get involved in the church. 3 months later, he said, God said his mission is finished and he must go back to America. I started experiencing witchcraft attacks inside the church. I was given a python spirit. I was given to by the church, by this guy who left after 3 months. There was this spirit that comes through my fridge. So I was given a lizard to track me. I prayed for like 2 hours. Immediately when I took off my jacket, this lizard fell off my body. As I'm walking up and down, I see this spirit and it's flying from on top of my TV and it's coming straight to me. Now I can even see its eyes.
I've been through the most,
Hola, CentFam. We are so honored you could join us today. Thank you so much. This is I've Been Through the Most podcast on Centtwinz TV with myself, Millicent, and my twin sister, Innocent. And together we're known as the Centtwinz. Week in and week out, we are honored to have guests to come and share their story, their testimonies, their experiences. And honestly, it has changed lives. We see your messages, we see your emails, we see your feedback, and we are so grateful. So make sure you subscribe. If you're new, this is the CentFam family. Make sure you subscribe. It's absolutely free. And remember not to skip the ads. That's like just the one house rule, you know. Actually, 2 house rules. You subscribe. Which is free. And then you don't skip the ads.
It doesn't cost you.
Yeah, I think the third one is interact. Please hit a like or comment down below. Please do. And remember, if you want to sit on the hot seat to share your story, your life-changing story, you can simply send us an email. The email address is down below. And our team will get in touch with you. Also, remember, we are available on our different social media platforms. The promos that we post are for you and are to really push the stories. So make sure even as you're watching this, surely you know someone who, you know, has been through a similar experience, or you just want them to learn lessons, you know, about the spiritual world, spiritual realms, things of God. Let them be empowered, impacted, educated. So let's get into our story today. We've got Lebogang who's here to share his story. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity as well to be here and share my story.
Awesome.
It is a pleasure.
When we saw your email, I mean, just the title alone, I'm like, ma'am, you need to come share your story. We are the perfect platform. May you introduce yourself, tell the viewers who you are, a bit of background of where you come from as well.
Okay, yes. My name is Lebogang. I am from Sochangube, Pretoria, right? I grew up there, and I'm a daughter of God, right? I'm a chosen daughter of God. And, you know, God had called me in a time that I was not expecting him to, right? So I grew up in a family. I grew up in a family that is, right, very loving, right? My mom and my dad were there and giving us all the support. And I've got a sister and a younger brother who has passed, right? Yes, and my dad as well has passed, right?
Oh, so sorry.
But I'm going to share that more on as we go on what happened to them, right? So, basically that is me. I don't know if maybe I can continue with
Yes, please. Get straight into it.
with my story. So, I found God basically because I was, I was living a normal life, like just a normal child, right? I was not very rebellious, but I was drinking alcohol and I was, out there having fun with friends, right? So I think things changed when I was in a relationship, right? So I was in a relationship with this guy, right? And he decided to pay lobola, right?
Oh.
Okay.
So we were the relationship was okay and we were enjoying ourselves, right? And he decided to just go ahead and pay lobola, right? And he came and everything was fine. We celebrated the lobola celebration, and it was sort of a big deal, but not that much of a big deal, right? But we went ahead and lived together, right? And 6 months later, he passed on, right? So that was when things actually started for me to say, what is going on, right? So that's where I started to actually question my life, right? So I just sat down. I'm like, God, what is happening? What's going on?
And
right?
you obviously loved this man.
Yes, I mean, our relationship, like this man never hurt me. I was very happy to be in a relationship with. I was happy to be married. I couldn't wait to actually start a family with him, right?
How old were you at this point? if I may ask?
I think I was 34 or 33, going to 34, around there, right?
Perfect timing, actually. Like, listen.
You know, it was just, one of those things. But 6 months later, then he passed on, right? And that's when things started, like, I started to look at my life. I'm like, God, what is it that I did not see in this relationship, right? And I grew up knowing God, right? I grew up going to church, even though I was a child that used to go partying on a Sunday. I'll go to church, right? I knew how to pray, right? I knew to go to God when things are not going well, to ask God, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Because I'm a good child. I love people. I'm a very welcoming person. What is it that I'm missing here, right? And that was in, I think it was around 2018, December. That's when he passed, right? And then for the rest of 2019, right, I was in sort of mourning. They say you must mourn, right? So I mourned for that time. And that time was a reflection as well on me, my relationship with God, and all that. That is 2019, right? And I did that, and that happened. And then I think in 2019, that's when I started to actually start maybe thinking, God, okay, let me start entering another relationship, right? Okay. And I was going to church, right? This church that I was, talking to you about now.
Yeah.
And I was just, going to church. And every time when I went to church, right, I got convicted, right? So one thing, remember all this 2019, I was just asking God, what's going on? Why am I going through this, right? So one thing God convicted me of all the time was sexual immorality, right? Sexual sin, right? God was calling me out of fornication, right? Like God did not want me to live that lifestyle anymore, right? So every time, like 4 Sundays, different pastors will just talk about the same thing, right? And I just entered a relationship with someone, right? And now I'm caught up in, what do I do with this relationship? God is calling me to this, this lifestyle, right? And how do I tell him that I want to stop now and all this thing, right? And I'm thinking, I'm gonna do it. I tell him anyway, right? I'm like, God is calling me towards this, I want to wait for marriage.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know how, guys, I'm going to marry you. We don't have to wait. So he convinces me, right? And I'm like, okay, fine. And 3 months later, the relationship ends. And it wasn't because of we have stopped, right? Or that I requested, right? So the relationship ended, right? And after it ended, I think that's when COVID happened, right? And then we were separated. And then that's when I started my journey of me and God. I was now free to be celibate and chase after God, right? So that's when the whole transformation happened. I remember COVID started in March, right? April, God was in my room already, giving me dreams on, on how things are to unfold, right? A lot of things that did not make sense to me at the time, things started making sense, right? So my relationship with God started right then, after April. April is my birth month, right? So a lot of God visits me at most of the time in April. Like, it doesn't end without me having a confrontation, or what do you call it? Like
an
a
interaction with
an
God, a
interaction with
visitation.
God, a visitation,
Yeah.
right? That personal relationship with Him, that intimacy, right? So I continued. That's when I started seeking God. I started praying and fasting, right? God calls me to pray and fasting consistently. And how He did this, I just want to share this. How He did this, like, sometimes we ignore a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
But I read a book. This book was talking about trading, but they talked about fasting. One thing was highlighted was fasting. I watched a movie. It was a sci-fi movie, but it was talking about fasting. Like, almost
Everything.
everything that I did was just fasting. Then I decided I'm gonna do one day at least every week. After that, everything changed. I did one day. It's like power came from above, right? I did one day. That was just one day. That was the beginning, right? And it's like I took my power back, right? And from there, I never stopped. And then I did 7 days. Then my relationship with God grew. My dreams was clear. All my dreams were clear. I understood this dream was from the devil. This one was from God. Like, I
So
started.
spiritually, you were
I was
awakened.
yes,
that
right.
clarity.
At that time, that's when the devil knew that something was coming big, right? That's when the attacks grew, right? So that's when I think. So at the time, I think 2020 we lost our jobs, right? So that's when I started doing Uber, right?
Okay.
So as I'm doing Uber, I met this pastor, right? Sort of bishop from America.
Okay.
Right, he invites me to a church. It's like, I've got a church. I'm running a church, and I'm also have a school. So my interest was school. Remember, I'm growing.
Yeah.
So I want to learn
Oh,
more.
it's like a Bible school.
So
Here's a
it's like a
school
Bible
almost, yeah.
school,
Okay.
and it's a church, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. So I was fine with the church, but I wanted to learn more, to have that, and that caught my eye, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and attend. So I took his numbers, right? And I think maybe 6 months later, that's when I decided to go, because I kept seeing his a profile picture, I mean, status and all that.
okay. Yes,
Him, always preaching on his statuses and all that. And it was just not far from where I stay, right? And I went. And little did I know this was a demonic church. Little did I know that this church was started for just me.
Huh?
Yes, just me alone. Me, one man, right? So I go to this church, right? I go to this church, and when I get there, and it's not big, it's like maybe, for example, 20 people, right?
Okay.
And I went there maybe I didn't go every week, but I started maybe visiting maybe twice.
Okay.
And then he said, I think he gave me a prophecy that God wants me to get involved in the church, right? And after that, and then that's when I started to commit myself, right? And then I was there every Sunday, and I was getting more involved, right? He said I was preaching even, because during the week,
Yo.
during the week, we have sort of morning service for an hour. So he would give us maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to share and just share a word, anything that you can say, so that he can help us grow, right? And that really helped me. And I grew, right? And I grew in actually reading the word, because every day I would prepare to go read,
Yes.
or preach the word. So in me preparing, it helped me grow, right? Even though they had their own agenda, right? And 3 months later, after I started being consistent, God said his mission is finished and he must go back to America, right? And at this time, it is just, there's no someone older there. There's like everyone who is just learning, young,
Young spiritually, yes,
right. And I'm asking myself, why is
What
this guy?
now?
Why, And I did ask him. I sat him down. I'm like, why? He's like, God must disciple you actually to where He wants to take you, right? And it was okay. And I'm like, okay, if you think so, then that's fine, right? So we continue doing this as He has taught us, right?
So he left.
He left.
So
3
you
months later.
continue. Ma'am, you took on the assignment.
So I was not taking the assignment. They had put someone there, and she was called an elder.
But there was no
But
pastor.
there was no pastor. She was an elder, and the rest of us, every day we are
You just take turns.
sharing. Yeah, we take turns
So he started a ministry and left.
and left.
Yo.
Yeah, right. So
Hectic.
yeah, and
Yo.
3 months later, just like that, and then he left, and then we continued. That's when he left, I started experiencing witchcraft attacks inside the church. Right. So they will attack me with witchcraft. I will. The congregation, the ministers, everyone who we are preaching together,
Yeah.
everybody.
Witchcraft.
Right? Witchcraft. Right. And witchcraft, mostly it's just it's almost like it's witchcraft. You cannot really prove it, but when it's happening to you, right? And at the time I had a problem with a fibroids, right? And at the time I did not know, but I was bleeding a lot.
Okay.
Right? So I was bleeding a lot, and I remember I went to a doctor. I remember going to the doctor thinking that I'm very weak, right? And thinking maybe I need to get blood, right? And I go to this doctor, and he tells me, he checks the blood, and he says, no, you can still take iron tablets, right? And that was fine. I continued to that, but I could feel that I'm weak, right? And when time continued, I went back. That's when they called us back from, remember, in 2020 we were retrenched because of, so we were called back, and then we went back to work, right? And then that's when actually things started happening. Medical aid was there now. I would have options to just, see different doctors, right? And I did go to a certain doctor, and then that's when he confirmed that, okay, you have a fibroids, right? That's why you are bleeding. I'm like, okay, fibroids, we can remove them, right? Not that much of a big deal, but little did I know, guys, that was even the plan of the enemy, right? So, not to go before myself, but that fibroids were called, by the way, I was given a python spirit, right?
Even
And
by who?
but I'm gonna get to that, my family, right? And I was given a why am I forgetting? Leviathan spirit, the fleeing serpent, right? So the Leviathan spirit I was given to by the church, by this guy who left after 3 months. He initiated the spirit to me, right? And before I think
The pastor.
yes, the pastor, right? So before then, I used to feel, remember, I was in relationship with God. I was in communication, close, right?
yeah.
So I would feel when spirits are coming in.
Oh.
I would
The
hear
spirit was
them.
sensitive.
Yes. I would hear them. I would sense them in my body. Yes. So I was praying to God, what is these things that are coming in?
Yeah. You
'Cause
could even hear voices.
I could not voices, but when they enter, I hear them. Right, I hear them when they enter. Right, every time when they enter, I would hear that, okay, they had thrown an arrow. They had, there's sort of those things, right? Like I would hear, and there's my fridge was done witchcraft. So there was this spirit that comes through my fridge. Right.
My sister.
So-
Wait, what?
So-
So the fridge did what?
They
Inserted a demon.
no, they did this ritual. So it used a fridge to enter.
Oh.
It uses, so they sort of project itself inside my house through the fridge.
Okay.
Right. So I would hear this fridge every time, right? And at the time it didn't make sense, right? And I kind of knew because at home there was a very situation with my fridge that did not make sense at then, right? So fine. I was feeling all these things. So I knew that I was attacked with witchcraft, right? But I did not know from where, why, what do these things, they come in, what are they doing to me, right? I did not understand. So I was stressed, I stay alone, and I was scared at the time, right? But my prayer was, God, now I want to see. I've prayed enough that why are they coming here? Now I want to see them. Right.
Yeah.
So I was frustrated now.
You are
want to
brave.
see them.
Because yes.
You were
because-
scared, but brave. It was enough. She was tired.
Because I was tired. Like, what are these things coming into my house? What are they doing to me? Now I want to see them.
answers.
Yeah, I want to see them. God, show me. I want to see exactly what's going on, right? And at the time, I prayed that, right? And God calls me into a 40-day fast, right? God calls me to, and when he does this, I remember I had fibroids, right? So I went to a
Yes.
hospital, right? So they took out the fibroids, right? And they gave me blood. So immediately after that, I think maybe I'm jumping this part, right? And it's kind of important, right? So when I went to this doctor, he told me that, yeah, your blood is low and then we need to actually transfuse you, right? And he sent me to the hospital. I went there and I got transfused, right? And when I was in the hospital, right, so when I was in the hospital, my mom calls me, right? So me and my mom, we have a very good relationship. Like, she understands that I'm gonna call her. If she doesn't answer, she'll call me back whenever. She's like, we have a very understanding.
Open relationship,
yes. So this time she calls me hysterically, right? And I know that this time I've seen my mom and my sister trying to do some things in a dream, right? And I did not want to accuse them or anything. I just know to myself, right?
And kept it to yourself.
Yes, for my information, like God showed me so that I can know, right? And at this time, I do not trust them enough to come to the hospital to see me, right? So as my mom is calling me, I feel very strongly in my spirit that I don't want them here. I don't know why, but I don't, right? And at the time, they have not done anything to me. And we are a very loving family. You come to my house, we will feed you the whole day. We'll love with you. You are part of us.
Yeah.
All right? We are like that. So, and I feel very strongly not to, right? And so as my mom calls me, I did not answer. She calls me, I think she calls me about 2 days, and I did not answer all the calls, right? And I was at peace with the fact that I did not answer. It did not worry me.
Okay.
You know, normally when you get a miss, you worry, okay, I did not get, but it did not worry me. And I continued. They gave me bloods, and then at this time, that's when the hospital also confirmed that, yes, you have fibroids. Okay. But they did not take them out, right? They said, go and decide what you want to do and all that, right? And they gave me bloods, and then I was discharged, right? After I got discharged, that's when God said, I was doing 7-day fasting every month. So I felt like it's been a while since I've fasted. Let me go on a fast. I fasted for 7 days. After 7 days, God says you must go on 21 days fast, right? After that, God says, yeah, you are still strong. You can do 40 days, right?
Continue.
And at the time, and It was so difficult. I had bought groceries ready to break my fast.
You're ready to break the fast.
I was ready. You know when you buy that Woolies chicken, right?
You
I
planned
was
for it.
ready. So I put that chicken away, so heartbroken. Like I'm like, chicken, I'm gonna see you after the 40 days, right? And I put it there. I went on with the 40-day fast, right?
So sorry, can I just ask maybe the specification of your fast? So what kind of fast do you do when you're fasting?
This time I was doing water only.
Yeah?
Water only.
Do you eat in the evening?
No.
You
No.
don't break your fast at all?
No.
For 40 days?
40 days water only.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever heard of anyone that's ever done a fast for 40 days without eating. Like, that are not... What?
So I was doing 7, right? So I was
So
doing
7 days you are not eating at all?
I'm drinking water only, 7 days. And this started in 2020 when I was starting the fast. That's how I did it, right? And it worked for me and I continued,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Thank you. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so that's how God did. I didn't think that I'm going on 40. I was doing 7. After 7, God said, you are strong. You just had your blood. You just had blood transfusion, so you can do it. So I did the 21 days. After the 21 days, he comes back again. He says,
Continue.
you will do the 40, going to 40 days.
How
And
is
I
your body
continued.
feeling at this point?
Yeah, after that, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
So after the 21 days, that's when things started falling off, right? So I was given a lizard to track me,
Hey!
right? So a lizard was put inside of me to track me. So my family knows what I'm doing, where I am.
It's like a monitoring spirit.
Monitoring spirit, right? So
By your family.
by my family, right? By my family, right? And I continued with the fast. I think I was about 30, going to 30-something days. That's when this lizard, I was doing prayer. So I prayed for like 2 hours, worship and prayer. And then I left the church, right? And I went to my house. Immediately when I took off my jacket, this lizard fell off my body, right? And as I look at it, you can see that it was off my body because it's like pink. You know that when a baby is born, it's like
Yes.
pink. Yes. So that lizard, you can see that it's from my body.
It fell out of you.
If
It was living inside of your body.
It was living inside my body.
Like it's a
right?
fresh, like
Yes.
a newborn baby, like that.
Yes.
It's not, doesn't have the skin and the...
And you can see it's a lizard. It has the skin, right?
Yeah.
It has a rough skin, right? But you can see that it's
That
a very
jelly-ish,
pink. Yes,
softish.
that
You saw
that
it physically with your eyes.
Yes,
So you just take off your clothes and it just poop on the floor.
it fell on the
and
floor.
you knew it fell from you.
I knew it fell for me. This is in the middle of Pretoria, Kedia. There's no lizard there.
Could you
this
feel
is
it
a
falling off your
wild-
body?
There's a wild lizard.
Lizard, yes. Not
There's
just
a wild. This is not a lizard that you see going on the no. There's a wild lizard. I wish I can have a picture and show you guys. It's the brown lizard, not the black one. It's a brown lizard that they use to monitor you, right? And the monitor where you are in your room. They watch you in a screen. They watch you there doing. So you are busy there. You are a movie to them. They watching you, right? So
this is a day what of fasting now?
about 30, going to 30-something.
So that fasting was doing flames there.
Yes, that I'm not even done, right? So after around that time,
you
the
kill it?
30-something, yeah. So I killed it and I burned it.
Okay.
Yeah, I killed it and I burned it.
Yo, how did you feel after that?
I was looking at it like this for 2 hours.
Did it just then?
I was
It didn't move. It didn't. It was dead. Like, I'm trying to understand.
No, I get it immediately when I saw it. I went, took a broom, I killed it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
immediately when I saw it, I killed it. And then that's when I burned it. And yeah, and then I was looking there and thinking, yeah,
I'm sure you prayed, girl, that day.
like, I was shocked. I think I was
Oh yes,
more,
my question was that could you feel that something was coming out of you?
no, I couldn't feel
You couldn't.
anything.
You just saw it.
I
just
saw
fell
it
off.
fall.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't feel it, right? And you know, you know, when I add something, God also revealed that a lot of things, the deliverance that I was getting, even when I used to be young, I used to see random snakes, right? I remember this time was, I was in my mother's house, right? And it was in the middle of winter. There's winter, you cannot really find a snake, right?
Yeah.
And I was coming out of my room, right, my bedroom, going to the bathroom to bath, right? And I go out and I enter my bedroom and I open the tap.
Yeah.
I go back into my bathroom, bedroom, right?
As the
And
water is running.
As water is running.
yeah.
So I go back and close the water, right? And I close the water, go back and put on a towel. As soon as I come back to bath, there's a snake there.
Inside the water. In the bathroom, on the floor.
So the door, my bedroom door is facing this way, and my bathroom is facing this way. So I just go
they're
like
parallel.
that.
Okay,
so
you just
the snake is in between the doors. Yeah. And I passed like 7 times. There was nothing more. I think 6 times there was no snake there, right? And God make me remember that I had delivered you from such things, and you did not even see. You did not even know that what was happening. Right, and because I'm in front of everyone, these people keep on, you know, projecting the spirit onto me over and over and over again as God delivers me as I was going on. So there was type of God. This is not the first time this is happening. Stop sitting there and being traumatized. Yeah. Right, it's just that now you know what is happening. Right, so I continued with the fast. I killed that, that lizard, and I continued. So I think after a week, maybe a few days, God says, go to a Airbnb. Let's go there and spend time there. And I go there and spend time there alone, right, and praying. Right, I'm not done with the fast. I'm continuing with the fast, and this is just to get away from the church, because at the church they were just doing witchcraft on me. It was just like I could not find peace. It was just attack after attack, attack after attack, attack after attack, right? And I went there just to spend time with God and have a clear mind without disturbance, right? And I was there's this couch, like almost like a 2-seater couch, and I'm lying on that couch, right? And as I'm lying there, I see a spirit, right? So as I'm lying there, I see a spirit. It's moving from almost like my private parts, and it's moving to the headrest of the couch, right? And as it moved there, I'm thinking that maybe it's been a while since I've eaten. Maybe I didn't see things properly.
Oh, you're thinking you're hallucinating?
Yeah, I'm thinking I don't even, I don't even, give it that much, right? And I see it for like maybe 2 seconds, right? Not for a very long time, for 2 seconds, and then it disappears. So God was just showing me that, just know that this is going on, right, at the time. And I came back from that, right? I think maybe that was just God. He wanted to show me that spirit, right?
What spirit was that?
It was the fleeing serpent. The Bible says Leviathan, the fleeing serpent.
Okay.
Leviathan. Yes. So as time went on, I came back, right? So this time I was praying, right? So as I pray in the middle of the night, I used to go up and down, just so that I don't fall asleep, right?
Because you want to pray.
I want to pray, right? Because normally I would pray maybe sitting on the couch and I'll fall asleep and but I was walking up and down. As I'm walking up and down, I see this spirit, right? And it's flying from on top of my TV and it's coming straight to me. Now I can even see its eyes, right? I see its eyes, right? And I don't see it for a very long time. I think I see it also for like maybe 2 seconds. And I know it's a spirit because when it's a spirit, it's like a gray thing. You see sort of a gray thing, right? Moving, right? When you see a spirit like that. Right, and And at this time, I'm not scared. I know that it's a spirit and it won't do anything to me. And I continued praying, and then I pray. And then now it's starting to sink in that, okay, there are spirits that are, these are the spirits that I prayed that God, I want to see. I am seeing now.
Now you're seeing them.
Now I see.
You're not just hearing.
Yeah,
You're
no,
seeing.
I see now. I wanted to see. God is showing me. And then it continued again. And I saw how I saw the python spirit, right? So one thing that I realized that the python spirit, it does not fly, right? It only crawls. It's a snake, right? So that's why the Bible says Leviathan, the fleeing serpent, right? That's why God in the book of, I think it's in the book of Job, talks about the fleeing serpent, right? He emphasizes the fleeing. So this one is the fleeing, right? So remember I said they project the spirit through my fridge, right?
Yeah.
So this time I was working. Remember I went to work,
Yeah.
right? So I was working from home, right? So as I'm working from home, I'm sitting on a couch, and I see there's a footprint of a snake on my fridge, right? And I look, I'm like, really? This is after I finished the 40-day fast.
Okay. So you're eating now.
So
back to
yes,
normal.
I'm eating now. So I see the footprint of this going down my fridge, right? And I see it because I'm like, maybe there's dust. Let me look. I look, and down there I can even see that where the head was. Then it moved. There was a chair. It climbed on top of the chair. That's where the footprint stopped.
Okay.
Right? And it moved on top of I don't know, maybe I was sitting on top of the chair or maybe on the bed or wherever it was coming to me. Right? So I'm like, maybe I'm not seeing things. I cleaned my fridge. I took water and I cleaned. It was shining. I was like, I want to see what's happening here. Right? And the next day I was working. So I removed that chair. Like I took that chair, I put it there. I was working. And the following day, I think I cleaned on Monday, right? So I was working on Tuesday. Wednesday, that's when I saw that footprint again.
Yeah. On the fridge.
On the fridge. This time, it's not even going straight. It's because I removed the chair.
Yeah.
It goes down and it turns, right? So now I'm sure that there's another snake. There's another snake, and it's not the same one that was fleeing. It's not the same one that I saw that was moving.
To the chair.
Yes.
This is a different one.
This is a different one. So I know I have two. They give me two snake, right?
Who?
Family. My family gave me the python spirit,
Yeah.
the one that crawls, and the church gave me the flying serpent, right? The Leviathan, right? So now I know exactly what is going on, right? And I remember praying to God, how did this happen? When did I not see all these years of my life, all the spirits, right? And obviously it was because of sexual immorality. That's why it was the first thing that God called me out of. Sexual immorality is the one thing that will hinder you from seeing evil spirit, things that are happening around you, right? So, so that's when I started, praying different prayers. Now, God, now that I've seen, what do you want me to do with this information? What do you want me to, because what can I do? Like, I'm here, and I went to a church, trusting a church. They even inflected me even further. I cannot even trust a woman or a man of God right now. Like, I'm just vulnerable. I had cried my eyes out. I had cried in prayer. I had, I've been miserable. And I remember God said to me this one time, because after seeing that the python spirit, I was even scared, right? And God says, this thing has been there for the rest of your life. Why are you now scared that you see it, right? And his voice saying that really comforted me, that these things will never do anything to me. They just maybe use my body as a home or whatever my family maybe want to do with the serpent, right? And I asked God, when did this happen? So God reminds me, when I was 3 years old, right? So I was sleeping with my mom and dad, right? So as I'm sleeping with my mom and dad, right, in the middle, right, I see, and I know that now it's in the spirit, I see a snake coming in between my mom and dad, want to enter me. And I kicked my legs, and it ran away, the snake. So God reminds me of this dream. And this is when I was maybe 3 or 4.
But you remember that
But
happening.
I kept on remembering as I grew up, as I was growing up, because it was very
That
traumatic.
moment, yes.
At that age, seeing a snake, it's very traumatic.
Yeah.
And especially when it enters the bed.
Yes.
It was traumatic, and I kept on remembering, right? And God reminds me again that this thing has been there. And it has been there before you were even born.
Yeah.
Yes.
You found it there.
This is a family snake. Bloodline curse. So it wants everybody who is born in the family, anyone who is born. Like, we think generational curses are maybe when you see a cousin of yours is maybe, is oppressed or manifesting.
Yeah.
You think maybe they are the ones that are it is just that maybe they are weak to that spirit when you are a bit strong, but it wants everybody.
Everybody.
It will just attack differently. It will just show up differently in each and every one of us. But basically, these demons, they want everybody. When they make that covenant, that generational curse, it wants everybody.
Who made the covenant? You know?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Okay.
And I know that one thing I know I've asked God is that how it has been in the generation for 500 years.
Hey.
Right. So it has been over 5 generational years.
So do you think your family is not aware of this? You are aware of it because spiritually you...
No,
you were closer to
they
God?
are aware. They are aware.
Oh, it's a thing that they make peace with it.
They make peace with it.
So
And-
which
and
means
they
you're probably
knew-
not the only one who sees snakes. Someone, somewhere, somehow
even speaking to it.
experienced.
It's speaking to it.
Ah!
There is someone who is speaking to it and telling it, okay, now that she is busy talking on the internet, she's busy, that's how we're going to attack her. That's how we're going to initiate her into witchcraft. So they are planning
Is
every
that
day.
part of the family?
It is, yes. And I talk about it on my YouTube channel that I'm being attacked by the occult. And when I mean the occult, I mean there's a bigger structure than my family. Right? There's a bigger structure. Like my family, they are just the puppets there. They are being controlled they are controlled by the spirits. Right? So with the spirits, you cannot really lie to spirits. Like spiritually, you cannot lie. There's no such thing as lies in the spirit
So
realm.
you are not just fighting an attack towards you are fighting an
Yes.
entire generational
Yes.
curse, occult, like
Yes.
things that. So this is why it's so much for you, because it's like you're a singular person
That is fighting
that
a
is
whole...
fighting. So is the family not born again? Are they not?
No.
No.
Right. And let me not say no, not everybody.
Okay.
Not everyone.
Not
because
everyone,
yes, because we are cousins that are going to other churches
okay.
and all that. Right. But this spirit basically, it wants, if you don't have that relationship with God, they have put a spirit on you that is monitoring you, that whenever you try, because with me, they knew, right? They knew. And as I was saying, let me not get out of the story and just explain this, right? So after the event, God reminded me of the dream, right? I think I was maybe 5 or 4. I was still very young, not yet going to school, right? I used to have dreams to see me and my sister. We were bouncing off the ground, right?
Okay.
So we were traveling. Oh. So this was witchcraft at that age, right? I was not even going to school. And I used to think it was just dreams.
Ganti, it was you at night.
It was me at night and my
Busy.
sister. Yes. We were busy doing that.
Does I'm curious because usually when somebody is like this in the family, some people would confuse it or diagnose you with mental, illness. They'll be
Sickness.
like, this one, she's crazy.
Yeah,
or
I'm sure they
whatever.
are
I'm sure
saying that now.
we were accused for such things.
Yes.
When you tell these stories, they'll just be like, this one has lost it.
And I'm not a person who talks. Everyone knows. Even these things that I'm saying now, they are surprised. When did she tell us? Why didn't she tell us of all these dreams? God was just closing my mouth. God was just keeping me quiet, right? Because to me, it's just a dream. It's just a bad dream. It's just those.
So you and your sister were being used at night.
At night, and the problem. What happened? The problem was when I started school. So when I started school, these dreams stopped. Right? So for me, it stopped. Right? So they knew that this one is going to be a problem.
She's going to talk too much.
She's going to be a problem.
She's going to be a problem.
Because
Also,
I
they
just decided to go to school and now I'm being delivered. Why I'm not... Every time they go there at night, now I'm no longer going.
So they just
Right?
excluded you because they were like...
No, they did not exclude me. They could not take me with anymore.
Oh, okay. Because
So-
they already had that certain covering on you that they
Yeah,
couldn't
so
use
God
you no
had
more.
delivered me. Immediately when I started school, God had delivered me. Right? Because those dreams stopped.
Stopped.
Right? And at the age of 8 or 9, that's when they decided I was going to stay with my aunt, right? And it was because my dad was beating my mom, right? And I failed grade. I think that was grade 3, grade 4, around there, right? And they said it's affecting my school, so I must go stay with my aunt. It's a time where they initiate the Python spirit. So at the age of 8 or 9, that's when this Python spirit was initiated. Because they saw her, this one is no longer coming with whatever we do to her, it's not working. It's not working on her.
Yeah.
Right. So I was just there. Right. Okay. So that's when I did. I did the 40-day fast, and God revealed that this is not anybody else. It's not your in-laws. Right, it's not because my mom was trying to blame the in-laws, right, a lot, to say, hi, these in-laws of yours, they are the ones that, so that's how actually, God actually closed that lie that they wanted to shift the blame.
Yes.
Even his
To
death.
mask the truth.
Yes, even his death was just to make sure that they shifted the blame from them, right? So it is way deeper than that, right? It's way deeper than just...
Even the deaths that happen in the family.
Yes.
They are part of the witchcraft.
They are
actually.
part of the witchcraft, right? So after the 40-day fast, that's when the church closed, right? So they could not do... Yeah, the church closed because they could not do witchcraft on me. Like, it failed. Everything they did failed, right?
Oh, so that's
Whatever
why
they
you
did.
said the church was there for you.
Yes.
Because once that mission failed, the church was done.
Was closed.
Imagine using someone who was so unrelated. Listen, I want us to close it here, right? Let me just say this. I need to put a disclaimer. The
Yeah.
story is not done.
Okay. Next time when I will talk about how then the witchcraft, even they started to actually attack me from my workplace, right?
So it moved from home to church.
Then-
and now that they failed, now they're coming to your workplace.
My workplace, right? That's why I want to talk about how big the occult is. The occult is actually bigger than the government, bigger than the most economies.
So you say you're going to come back for a part 2 and tell us all of that.
And just to make sure that, all this thing, I can just cover it, the whole story up. And also, I think God wants me to actually teach Nyana a little bit on how actually our hearts are manipulated, how our minds are manipulated, because they could now manipulate my mind, right? They could manipulate, my decisions, right? And how that actually impacts even your LGBT community, and they think that, believe so much that it is their own heart's desire, where else it is so much manipulated by witchcraft. And children of God, they don't really know this.
I think that definitely deserves a part 2. Let's come back next week, same time. She is continuing with her story. I feel there
Yeah.
is so much.
Yeah.
And let's give it enough time. I mean, this is
What?
wild. Wild, wild, wild. Don't miss this episode. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you put on the notification bell so that you don't miss the next episode. That is going to be a continuation of this part 1. Lebogang, thank you so much for
Okay.
being here. And thank you for sharing your story.
I'm speechless. Like, I'm so speechless. But one thing I know is that God is faithful. God answers prayers. Fasting works.
Prayer
Trusting in
works.
prayer works. So that's what I'm taking out of this. That the glory is always given to God. Because if God can take you out of what you just spoke about, God can deliver you. Nothing but the blood of Jesus.
From myself, Innocent.
And myself, Millicent.
And our guest,
Lebogang.
It's
Bye for now.
I've been through the most, been through the most.